All right, guys, today we're going to be talking about socialization. Now, socialization is one of those buzzwords that gets thrown around a lot when you're talking about dog training, and most often it's used incorrectly. Okay, so we have two different types of socialization when it comes to our dogs. We have active and passive. I like to kind of compare it to when two humans meet. Most customs and courtesies are going to be passive socialization. So when you meet someone new, you go up to them, you shake their hands, or you wave from a distance. And these are people that are kind of strangers or you're just meeting for the first time. It's definitely more passive than it is active. If you see a family member that you haven't seen in a long time, a loved one, or a really good friend, those interactions are usually big old bear hugs or something maybe more intimate. So what I'm trying to say is the more we get to know someone, the more active that socialization becomes. And now let's turn back to our dogs. Most dog owners, when they hear the term, you got to socialize your dog, you got to socialize them as a puppy, they think that means go to dog parks, get them around dogs, get dogs in their space, smelling their, butts, their face, getting very intimate, close with each other. And for some dogs, that's okay until you meet that dog that's not a good match for your dog. For a lot of your dogs that are at our program, that's not okay for either your dog or the dog that's coming up to us, right? Because we might have some reactivity, or that's how we kind of breed reactivity into our dogs, is by teaching our dogs essentially that, hey, if there's another dog around, they definitely will come up to us and be in your face, smelling your butt, and you have to decide if you like that or not. Are they the right fit for you? Are they the right energy for you? And we don't want our dogs to be thinking that way. We want our dogs to feel confident and calm that, oh, mom or dad, they're going to look out for me. They're not going to put me in a position where these dogs are going to come into my bubble. So that's what we're trying to fix. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's excitement, if it's fear-based reactivity that leads to aggression. Whatever type of reactivity we have with our dog is bad. More likely than not, though, we've kind of caused that a little bit, along with their genetics, because of the way we've thought about socialization in the past. So while your dogs are with us, you're going to see a lot of passive socialization. We like to get together as a team and get all of our training dogs around each other, but you're never going to see us go to a fenced-in area and let all 12 of our training dogs loose at the same time. It's never going to happen like that. You will see us getting dogs out of vehicles, placing them near each other, working them around each other, but always at a distance. And sometimes these distances are as small as a few feet, but it's always at a distance that our dogs know that that third-party animal is under control if they're going to be in our direct vicinity, and they're not an issue, whether it's overly friendly or something to be fearful of. Your trainers have already done a lot of work with your dogs, teaching them this passive socialization up until this point in the board and train. So you've seen a lot of them working near each other, laying on beds while the other ones are interacting, doing stuff in the living room. Again, that's all very good socialization. You have a much higher chance of getting dogs to like each other and get to know each other if we work on passive socialization, laying a few feet away from each other until the dogs are warmed up and have a chance to smell from a distance and get to know each other. Read each other's energy is a big one. Later on in training, we're going to make some specific videos talking about how we introduce our dogs to other dogs, but more importantly, how to know if that dog needs to meet my dog, right? Some of us out there have dogs that we want our dog to be friends with everybody and go say hi to them. If you see a dog down at the farmer's market, I want them to be able to go sniff each other. Every time you do that, especially for a stranger, you are building reactivity, not neutrality. And so as we talk about socialization, neutrality and reactivity are kind of like the children of how we approach socialization. If you approach socialization in a very active manner, you're bound to breed reactivity one way or another. If you approach socialization in a passive way, you're going to build what we call neutrality. And neutrality is key because as we take our dog places, I want to be able to walk through the most crowded mall in America and have my dog not even care about anything going on around us and just be looking up at me. You know, there's sounds, smells, different people, animals in our environment. I want my dog to know that they're there, observe them, but not care about them, not get any emotional reactivity started, and be neutral. So you'll see us focusing on that when we go to different businesses and places. It's a lot of go to a new location, achieve an obedience position, whether it's the down or place or sit or the walking follow, and just watch and observe from in a calm manner, but then always be checking in to your trainer, and you're going to get rewarded for that. So that's how we build the neutrality in our dogs, to where they can be sitting at the entrance of Home Depot and have 100 people walk by and not even care. We sit outside of dog parks and let 100 dogs walk by, and our dog's pulse doesn't even change. That's the type of mental state that we're striving for, but it has a lot to do with how we approach socialization. So I don't want you to look at it as you're taking something away from your dog by changing socialization, when in reality, you're giving your dog confidence, trust with you that you're going to look out for them, and in fact, building neutrality, which will give our dogs more freedom because we'll be able to do more things with our dog. So we're always thinking big picture, but a lot of it comes down to reframing how you think of socialization.